Hello. So it is finally time for Nerdy Duck podcast number 13. I didn't realize it actually been almost 3 weeks since the last one. Sorry about that. I had full intentions of doing one a couple weeks back, and then my sisters showed up. They just showed up. So that's been really fun. Well, they just left yesterday actually, but they were here for about a week, and we went up to Orlando, spent 4 days in Universal, which I'm totally going to talk about because it's so much fun. And so that was unexpected, but a lot of fun, and we had a blast. But that is the main reason for no podcast lately. Sorry. But I did actually start one. I did. It didn't work out, as evidenced by the fact I never uploaded it. But I didn't really get very far beyond the intro, though. So, but I tried. Kinda. But, Anyway, so I thought this time, and I would talk about our trip to Universal. I had hoped to do it with my sisters. That'd be kind of fun, I thought. Special guests and all. But we came back last Friday. We spent 4 days there at Universal. And I had to go back to work Saturday. So, I didn't really have time. I had to work every single day the rest of the time they were here. And, yeah. So I'd get home late at night and I'd be like, I don't want to do anything. That's what I usually do when I get home. I'm just like, I don't do nothing. Anything. And when I get home, I just watch TV, read a book. I don't want to deal. But, so, there's that. But I am going to talk about the Universal trip. I am going to, I don't know. Oh, I do have a new Pop Funko I'm going to show. But, and we did pick up a new subscriber. And I would really, really appreciate if you're watching this to at least leave me a thumbs up, please. I love knowing that people are actually watching this and not just watching numbers tick up, because I'd like to know what people think. So if you could, appreciate it greatly. At least give me a thumbs up. A comment would be even better. But, I understand people don't always like leaving comments. I don't like leaving comments. So, and I try to, especially on fan fiction. But sometimes you're just like, I liked it. I don't know what else to say. So, but So I'll start with the Baby Yoda. I pre-ordered this from Amazon like a month or so ago, I think. I don't know. I think it's really funny how they had to get a bigger box for Yoda. That's really funny. I don't really think he looks a lot like Baby Yoda, to be honest. And I just got shamed in the Star Wars group for buying Baby Yoda merch since I don't like The Mandalorian all that much. But whatever. There you go. Jeez. I don't really like how all Star Wars Pop Funkos, and Marvel too for that matter, are all, what are they called? Bobbleheads. I started to say wobble. Like, that's not right. But bobbleheads. I do like, though, how all the Star Wars come with the little base. I really like that. I wish Marvel would do that, because so many of their figures just fall right over. But this is going to go on what has been deemed the Baby Yoda shelf. Which is kind of funny for someone who doesn't really like The Mandalorian. But, whatever. I tried. Okay, I tried. I watched 6 episodes. There's only like 8. After that many, if I still don't like it, I think I've given it a fair shot. I don't know. You never know. I might still end up liking it someday. But as of right now, not so much. So, about our Universal trip. Because that's the main theme here. But I did want to show out the new Baby Yoda. Because, Baby Yoda is cute. But anyway. Now, when you go to Universal, I think it's the same at all the big theme parks that are opened, have reopened, rather. You do have to wear a mask on all the rides and everything. And I am going to put in some pictures at the end. I don't know how to put them in. I'm still trying. But you do have to wear a mask. And so my sisters and my brother and my sister Hannah's boyfriend, we all had to wear masks. The only time you don't have to wear one is on the water ride. Well, we only went on one. Well, actually, we went 2. We went on Jurassic Park, which you didn't need to run there. And we went on the Log Jam. I know it's in the Toonland. I don't really know the official name of it. But we went on that twice, actually. But you don't need one there either. But what I find curious is you do have to wear it while you're waiting in line. which right now there's really not that much of a line. The longest line was like 40 minutes long, which if you are someone who goes to theme parks a lot, or you know anything about theme parks, you know that's nothing compared to a lot of waits. So, but what I didn't like about the rides that you don't have to wear your mask on, like the water rides, well, the water rides especially, you still have to wear them in line. And then you can take it off and you get in the ride. But the problem with that is you put them in your pocket where they get wet. You ever try wearing a wet mask? You cannot breathe in a wet mask, all right? We tried. Especially was it our second day there, our third day there? It started pouring down rain. It was part of the tropical storm moving in, which actually went up the opposite coast of us, but we still got some of the wind and rain. And you cannot run with a wet mask. I don't care what the Facebook experts tell you, all right? You cannot run with a wet mask on your face. Well, we tried. And I'm standing there. Well, we're soaking wet. And I've got water all over my glasses and a wet mask. It was a fun time. But yeah. But that was the main problem for me, at least. Wearing a mask wasn't too big of a deal. It was hot. But we have some nice masks my grandma made us. I wore my Hogwarts one, of course. And they weren't too bad. And you could buy masks there. They were fairly cheap, I thought. $6 or 4 for $20, which is a lot cheaper than I thought they'd be. I thought for sure they'd be like $15, $20. And they had them for the Harry Potter houses, well, Hogwarts houses. And they had them for the Minions. And they had Universal ones, you know, with their logos and stuff. They had quite a few different ones, depending which land you were in. And, you know, that's pretty good. But, yeah, it wasn't as bad wearing a mask as I thought it would be. But it was kind of awkward because every 5 minutes they tell you over the intercom about wearing your mask. And you're just like, I'm wearing it, all right? But unlike Disney, as long as you can still carry your drinks around. And what we did, they had this cool feature. You can get cups. They're $16 if you buy just one, but since we were buying 5, we got them for $13 each, which is like getting one free. Buy 4, get one free. Next day, brought them back and got them refilled for $10 a piece, which was an investment. It was, but well worth it, all right? But, yeah, it was a good trip. It really, really was. And wearing a mask, not as bad as I thought, but I think since it was so hot, maybe a lighter weight mask would be nice. Or a waterproof one. I know some people that those neoprene looking ones. I don't really know. My grandma makes all mine. Actually, that's not true. I ordered one from Jordan today. And I'm getting ready to order one from Fangirling Over Jesus. Because I really, really like it. And it's kind of expensive. But I like it. And I really like her missions. So I'm going to order it. But yeah, but that's what I was going to tell y'all. You can, as long as you have a drink or a piece of food, you know, they don't want you walking around eating, but, you know, if you just sit on the curbs or whatever, it's okay. Or if you are walking around, you're thirsty, you know, you can take it off for a minute and take a drink. I've heard that Disney does not allow that, but Universal didn't seem to have a problem with it as long as you put your mask back on. They didn't seem to have a problem with it because people were doing that. They didn't, however, I saw this child, well, not really a child, probably like 13, but walking around eating a lollipop. They didn't like that. They told her to put her mask back on. But you could carry your drinks around, you could carry your food around, but you did need to wear the mask for the majority of the time. And it wasn't too bad. And there wasn't too many people either. So, right now, perfect time to go to Universal. In fact, I actually ended up buying an annual pass because my sisters and her boyfriend, they actually had 4-day passes, and it was only like $20 more to get an annual pass for myself. So I was like, well, fine. I'm getting an annual pass. I will go back again. It'll be great. It will, actually. I'm enjoying this idea. I told my brother I wanted to go back, and he's like, we just went. I'm like, so? But, yeah, that's the plan. We'll go back eventually. At least twice more to get our money's worth, because those are not cheap tickets. So, Yeah, none of the rides, like I said, had super long wait times. I think the longest one was like 40 minutes. Though it ended up being longer. That was for the giant Incredible Hulk roller coaster. It ended up being a longer wait time, actually. Because, which they did not get me on in that one. They did not. They tried. And I almost did it. And finally I was like, no. But then I ended up waiting for 2 hours in Superhero Island. Which I was actually disappointed by. Because it was like entirely the comics. And as much as I love Marvel, I don't love the comics. But they have better storylines in the comics. And a lot more of them. But, you know. Ooh, but I did get this super cute doll. I don't know. It was cute. And I know it's actually the comic version because of the head ornament there. But super cute. We did go to Wizarding World. And like I said, you did have to wear your mask. And I thought it was really cool. You can buy wands there, obviously, at Ollivander's. And certain wands, you can actually get to interact with the displays. My sisters and the sister boyfriend, Brian, they all got interactive wands. I got a wand, but I didn't get an interactive one because I wanted to use it for cosplay. And the one I wanted doesn't interact. But that's okay. This is Tina's wand from Fantastic Beasts. It's actually quite heavy. The interactive ones feel more like toys. This one is not interactive, and it doesn't really feel like a toy. It feels, I guess, like you think a wand would feel. You know, a little hefty, but not super crazy heavy. My only real problem with it is right there. It has the trademark on it, which I understand, you know, they want people to realize, you know, it's not real or whatever. But wouldn't it make more sense to put it on the bottom? And also, it's a wand. Does anyone actually believe it's real? Well, I don't know. I guess there's probably some loony bins that think you could actually buy this wand in Ollivander's and do something with it. I don't. But what I did find disappointing, though, is the character wands, which is what I bought, they don't come in Ollivander boxes like the others do. This one just comes in a box that says for Patina Goldstein. And, yeah. The Noble Collection. Really? It's just a Noble Collection? You can buy those on Amazon. Anyway. I was surprised that they weren't as expensive as I thought they'd be. I figured they'd be like $100. I'd heard before how very expensive the wands were. And they are expensive. They are. They're like, I think this one was 50 something with tax. 53. Which is expensive. It is. Especially for a toy. But I really want it. But and the interactive ones are a little more expensive because they interact. But honestly, from watching people interact with their wands and the displays, I don't think they're worth the extra money. I don't think they work as well. I think the displays do what they do, and they just make you think you did it. But that's just my opinion. But I really liked going to Ollivander's. I did not get that. I got that one in Hogsmeade's and Ollivander's, though, the last day, because I couldn't convince anyone to go over to the original Wizarding World. I'm still kind of ticked off about that one, guys. But I'm going to go back, and I'm going to have a blast, apparently by myself. But whatever. And then, in our first day there, I got to go to the Wizarding World, and I got this at the Weasley's. What is it? Weasley's Wizard Wheezes? Something like that. I know, I should probably look that up. I love Harry Potter, I do, but I don't have everything memorized, alright? But this is super cute. It's a Pygmy Puff. It comes in purple and pink. And I really thought about getting both. I did not, but I really thought about it. But I wanted to get the purple because that's the one that Ginny has. So. It's probably ridiculous how happy that makes me. I really thought about getting both. They have a whole collection of stuffed Pygmy Puffs, including the really giant one, which was very, very tempting. But I was actually surprised how cheap the giant one was, actually, for being in a theme park. $35, and it was seriously about that big. It really was. And I was surprised because I expected to be much more being in a theme park. And I really thought about it. But the whole point of the Pygmy Puffs is that they're little. And they do even have smaller ones with their keychains, and I didn't really want keychains. I have a lot of keychains. For somebody who only has 3 keys, I have a lot of keychains. But anyway, I picked purple because that's the one Ginny got. And in the book, she carries it around her shoulder like so. And these won't stay on your shoulder. They're literally like little balls. But yeah, they have a whole bunch of pygmy puff stuff. That's kind of puff stuff. Like nightgowns, pajamas, blankets, all sorts of things like that. Think fluffies. Fluffy stuff. And they do come in a couple different sizes. Like I said, the keychain, this size, which is, I think about 6 inches big. Good size. And also they have the giant one I said. What I don't like though is there's no way to change the battery. So once it stops making noise, it stops making noise. But I didn't really buy it for the noise. I didn't realize it made noise, so I got back to the hotel. I was like, whoa! Well, but that was fun. But yeah. And like I said, I got these. I didn't actually buy this in Superhero Island though. I bought this on our way out, on our last day in Universal. You can buy them in Superhero Island. You can actually buy them in several different places throughout the park. But whatever. I decided like the last minute I really wanted this. But now is actually, as long as you're not, sick. That's one thing. Our hotel would take our temperature every day. And they give you various color bands. And to show you're okay. And once you got to the parks, if you had that band, they wouldn't take your temp. But if you don't have a band, they do take your temperature, I guess. I don't know. They just saw our bands and let us go. So I guess that's what they would do there. Like I said, the crowds, not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's been a long time since I've been to a theme park. But in my memories, I remember the wait lines being way longer than 40 minutes. And most for like 15. So it's actually not a bad time to go. And I do know, it's not that bad right now to go. Okay, that's not like an idiot there, but we had a blast, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping I can connect some pictures into those. But I will link you to my Instagram. I got a lot of pictures there. We had a blast. You can ride Hogwarts Express between the two parks. If you go, I totally recommend getting a park-to-park pass. Otherwise, you can only go to one Wizarding World or the other. Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley, which I can never say right, and everyone made fun of me the whole trip. I don't care, guys. You didn't let me go back, so I don't care. You left me for 2 hours in Superhero Island. But anyway, that aside, it was a lot of fun. And like I said, the line's super short. In fact, there was one point that my brother Ben and my sister Rebecca and we went down the log jam ride. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. We got off. We looked at each other. We're like, again. So we went right back in line, and it was like 5 minutes, and we were back on the ride again. So, I mean, that doesn't happen. It just doesn't. And it wasn't like it was a peak day or whatever. We went for, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Yeah, we got there Tuesday afternoon. And we rode on Tuesday. I think we rode a few things on Tuesday. But we were only there for a few hours. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we spent all day. Friday, we spent most of the day. I think we left about 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. Because we had to go home. Because I had to work on Saturday. Because I didn't really have the time off. But, oh well. It was a lot of fun. And so I think if you're looking for a good time to go, and you're not sick, no one is sick, and you're willing to wear a mask in the Florida heat all day, now's not really a bad time to go. Especially since there's no lines. I will say, though, I was disappointed in the Harry Potter rides. Except for Hogwarts Express. I really liked that one. Oh, and Hagrid's. Hagrid's was so much fun. My sister and I rode it like 3 times. Fun. But also, I have to say, most of those rides, almost like all the Harry Potter rides, are not meant for grown men. Okay. My brother had a hard time getting to ride some of the rides. I mean, he's not this giant guy, but he couldn't fit in those rides. And even my sisters, they're like, they're tiny. And those belts are super tight. And they don't even have them that tight on the Incredible Hulk. So it's like, why. But that's just my experience, and it was a lot of fun. I know I've said that like 6 times. I need to come up with a new one. Brilliant. How about that? That's a good one. And that's good. That's our experience of visiting Universal during the pandemic. And I thought I'd share it with y'all. And that's all for now. I'm going to go back to watching Doctor Who. Because I have new seasons. Yay! Alright, so hopefully I'll see y'all next week. I will try. I'll try really, really hard. But, you know, work, it tires me out. Y'all have a good week. Be nice to your cashiers. And remember, it's a good time.